It's Mike.
I like Tuddles.
I'm Chris. He likes Tuddles. Okay, recently on YouTube, a person with a scream named Bobby Scott and Drybutt posted a video called My M4A1 Review, Not Airsoft. Okay, the young man was proclaiming to not be reviewing an airsoft, but to be reviewing a real M4, and a 13-year-old at that.
Well,
claiming to have, we're assuming he's 13, he looks 13.
Obviously he's not.
We're not doing this out of hate towards anyone, but we're merely doing it for the purpose that if anyone is looking for a real M4 review, you know, as in trying to buy one, buy a review.
Wants to see a young kid playing around with an airsoft gun claiming to have a real rifle.
So what we have here for you all today is a real DPMS Panther Arms AR-15/M4. As you can see, the serial numbers are covered. We did that for security purposes. They are not etched off. Up here we have an ICS Olympic Arm Trademark AEG fully automatic airsoft gun. We are going to show you the differences between them and what to look for while we give you a real review of the DPMS AR-15.
It's not much of a real, it's basically just a bust his kid's balls because it's kind of funny that he's on there trying to claim he has a 13-year-old claiming he has a real thing. First of all, you'll notice inside the rail system here you can see the gas tube running alongside inside the rail system. This gas tube reaches from the gas block all the way back into the upper receiver. Now you won't be able to see that on my rifle because there's no delta ring because it's a free float design rail that's attached straight to the upper receiver now. But I can show you on the airsoft rifle. There's a little gap between the delta ring and the upper receiver, but there's no gas tube because it's an airsoft rifle. I do realize that there are some cheap and expensive airsoft guns that do have a mock gas tube, but his didn't. So that makes my point. At 31 seconds into the video, you'll notice if you look between the delta ring and the upper receiver, there's no gas tube, which there should be, which there will be on the real steel. Another thing is, at 1:25 into his video, he pulled the magazine out of the rifle. First of all, the magazine was not inserted all the way into the rifle. You see, there's not very much of the magazine sticking out.
Here, let's tamp on that to make sure it's in there. See the gun moving?
Well, that's beside the point. But anyways, you don't have to pull real hard to remove these when you hit the mag release. You'll notice that he didn't hit the mag release either, and he had to pull pretty hard. On a real one, you hit the mag release, it's going to pop out. It's going to fall out.
Look at the clip. Need to hold real 5.56 by 45 NATO rounds.
Standard stamped GI 30-round mag, green follower. Well, you notice that they just fall right out. You don't have to pull it real hard. It doesn't require much force. And we're gonna also prove that this is real, so nobody tries to flame me and telling me this is an airsoft rifle. First of all, you can see it's got the chamber, bolt face, both locked back. And I realize there are some pretty realistic airsoft guns out there, like the AGM gas blowbacks and Western Arms. So we're gonna go ahead.
You think we ought to show them that the firing pin's in this gun?
Yeah, we're gonna show them the firing pin.
Okay. Yeah, airsoft guns don't have firing pins, people. Just so you know.
I do want one of those AGM M4s though.
Don't get me wrong, airsoft guns are awesome. I play airsoft. Firing pin retainer.
Firing pin retaining pin.
Firing pin.
Firing pin.
Airsoft guns don't have these.
This is the cam pin, which I just removed from the bolt carrier. That's the bolt.
That thing right there makes the gun go boom boom.
Yeah, this is just to prove that it's not an airsoft gun and I'm doing the same thing.
That thing right there puts that little indentation in the primer in the back of your bullet.
Yeah, this is just to prove that I'm not contradicting myself and putting an airsoft gun on there and claiming it to be real.
Also, just for security purposes, so we don't get the ATF and the FBI crawling up our butts, we want to show
you're allowed to own a full-auto bolt carrier.
It is a semi-automatic bolt carrier with a semi-automatic gun.
Well, you're allowed to own a full-auto bolt carrier. You just can't own the auto sear. Because I mean, if you have a even if you had a full-auto bolt carrier in your rifle, it's not going to trip any auto sear because there's no auto sear trip if you're on a semi-automatic rifle. But yeah, trigger pack, trigger group, no lower gearbox, nothing like that, and no auto sear, just so.
So we don't have the ATF crawling up our butt wanting to send us to jail for 10 years for mistakenly not showing them that this is not fully automatic. It's not worth it, folks.
But another couple more things, comparisons.
The triggers. This is the airsoft.
This
is the real. Okay, this is the handle. My bad. Mike pointed that out to me. If you notice down inside of the real AR-15/M4, there's a screw. Okay, on the AEG airsoft rifle, there's a motor plate with a tension screw on the motor to keep it from stripping out your gearbox or the motor gear.
So
basically, we gave you a rundown of the comparison.
This is real and his is not.
This is real. This costs a lot of money. This can get people hurt. So people only fire your guns with supervision.
It bothers me that this little kid on YouTube has got a hold of a magazine and a few rounds. See what happens if he gets a hold of that gun. He's going to go outside and be like, let's play airsoft with your friends. He's going to end up shooting his friends or something.
So folks, we want to strongly encourage, only shoot where it's safe and do it under proper supervision.
And don't let a 13-year-old get a hold of your ammunition or your magazines.
Yes.
Because before you know it, if he's that interested in it, he's going to end up getting a hold of the gun. Then what's going to happen?
Well, folks, that's all we have for you today. Sorry we took so long to show you, and the fact that we had to call somebody out on their review. But once again, real DPMS AR-15/M4, ICS Olympic Arms trademarked airsoft rifle. Thanks for watching. From Mike and Chris. See ya.